Hey y'all, this is your boy St. Irving. There's been a new article that's been published for Bleach Rebirth of Souls as well as some gameplay, so we're going to break it all down. When we look at the article, it says the Bleach fighting action game is super refreshing and stylish, with simple combos and Kikomi jutsu that directly reduces the opponent's remaining lives. Many characters such as Kisuke Urahara, Kenpachi Zaraki, and Gin Ichimaru will participate, and the voices will be newly recorded by the voice actors of the anime version. Bandai Namco Entertainment will release a fighting action game called Bleach Rebirth of Souls for PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC on Steam on March 21st, 2025. The game is based on Bleach, the manga and anime series created by Tite Kubo. The feature of this work is that it reproduces the thrilling one-hit and reversal battles depicted in the work. Prior to the release, the world's fastest trial will be held at the event Jump Festa 2025 to be held at Makuhari Messe for 2 days on December 21st and December 22nd, but I was able to experience the same version as there a little early. The experience was slightly different from the final version and consisted of 2 parts. A tutorial that taught the basic controls of the game and a version mode in which you can freely choose from 7 characters to fight. The final version will also include a story mode that covers the Substitute Shinigami arc through the Arrancar arc. Therefore, even if you start playing the game without knowing anything about the Bleach series, you can still enjoy playing along with the story. That's honestly one of the best features of it. I mean, so basically you can take someone that doesn't even know Bleach and say, hey, sit down and play this with me. It's a 2-player game, even in local. In addition, the voices of the characters that can be heard in the game are all newly recorded, in addition to being performed by the same voice actors as in the anime version. Furthermore, the game also includes original character-specific scenarios. That's one of the best things. So not only is it the same voices in the anime, maybe not everyone, but a good amount, but it's not like they just took whatever they had in the anime and put it in the game. They made this specifically for the game. So they put some work into this. In this article, we will introduce the appeal and features of the game that we discovered after playing the trial version. We got Rukia here, of course. Looks like she's doing a Kikomi move possibly, or an awakening. The tutorial mode where Yoroichi teaches you the basics of fighting. In the tutorial mode where players learn how to control the game at the beginning of the game, they will control the main character Ichigo Kurosaki and be taught the basics of battle by Yoroichi Shihoin. Once you get the hang of it, you can enjoy battling with the actions you imagine, and the game is packed with a variety of elements introduced below, making it very satisfying to play. By learning the basics step by step in this tutorial, you can enjoy more exhilarating action. The tutorial allows you to learn them step by step. Just like in the story mode, character voices are heard in this tutorial mode, so be sure to check that out too. You'll be able to see here that it's going to show you exactly how to do spiritual pressure moves, combos. The game's foundation is the rock, paper, scissors element, which creates strategies during battles. The quick attack, which is a square button, allows for a quick attack. The flash attack, which is the triangle button, is slow to activate, but it can do a powerful attack. The L1 button allows for guarding, but the R1 button allows for a breaking move, aka a throw, that forces the guard to be released. The demo this time was for the PS5 version. For example, guard is strong against normal attacks, but weak against breakers, and those breakers are also weak against attacks. Also, by guarding against your opponent's attacks, you can create an opening. You can use that to your advantage and use it as a starting point for your attack. In battle, you'll need to make good use of these rock, paper, scissor elements and adapt your moves to suit your enemy's attacking style. The combos that can be performed with simple buttons combinations are exhilarating. The special move, Spiritual Pressure Technique, is also a key point. By performing normal attacks, spiritual power is accumulated in a gold bar at the bottom of the screen. When this spiritual power is full, you can unleash powerful spiritual techniques. Reishi techniques can be activated by pressing the L2 plus the triangle button, or L2 and the circle button. When you use the L2 button, the technique that will be used is displayed on the screen, so it's a good idea to use this as a reference when you first start out. Right here you'll see that it shows that gold bar, and it shows it completely full, meaning you can do 1, 2, or possibly even 3 techniques depending on what you do. I have already read somewhere that spiritual technique 1 will do 50, where spiritual technique 2 will do 100. So you can get out 2 moves, or you could do spiritual technique 1 3 times. So it really just depends, but something to think about because it will depend on your strategy. In this game, you can perform combos with simple button operations. There are 2 main types of combos. There is the quick combo, which is characterized by its ability to launch quick attacks. It can be activated by pressing the square button 3 times, and by hitting the 3rd stage, you can recover a lot of spiritual power. However, you must be quite close to your opponent to make it successful. The other is a flash combo, which is not only powerful, but can also perform over a wide distance. It can be activated by pressing the triangle button twice, but since the technique has a slow start, you'll need to get the timing right. They sure made sure to balance the game in how they did these techniques. I really like it. I really like the way they thought this through. The key to victory is the Kikomi technique. It's a Kikon move that can turn the tables in 1 hit. The flashy effects are also super stylish. The winner is the one who uses the above techniques to destroy all of the opponent's souls. These souls, or kompaku, are the remaining lives, and the number of remaining lives is displayed on the gauge on the screen. Extending below the soul value is the spirituon gauge, and by dealing damage with an attack and reducing the opponent's spirituon gauge to 0, you can destroy the soul. Pretty sure that's a Kikomi, but we're gonna just slide past this. This is a rough translation, guys, so just bear with me. But I can basically just explain what it really is. The Kimitsu technique destroys all of these souls in one go. The Kimitsu technique is automatically activated when the spirit gauge reaches 0%, and after a spectacular performance, the Kimitsu technique can be destroyed. It is also possible to increase the number of souls destroyed by using this Kimitsu technique by awakening characters, which will be described later. Essentially, it's talking about Kikon and raising your Kikon moves through awakening. The sudden increase in the number of souls that need to be destroyed can have a major impact on the outcome of the game. For example, even if you are at a great disadvantage with 1 to 4 souls remaining, you can use a soul-destroying technique, Kikon move, to destroy 4 in one go and turn the tables to win. For that reason, you have to make sure you're always ready. Even if you have the advantage, you could easily be destroyed. If they can get like 2 Kikon moves off, they might be able to kill you, depending on what character they're using or how they're fighting against you. This is, you see Ichigo here, of course, using his Kikon move. And in addition to the automatic activation of the Kimitsu technique when the spirit gauge reaches 0%, there is a timing when the Kimitsu technique can be activated by holding the R2 button. This is when the spirit gauge falls below 30%. This indicates a spirit deficiency state, and the spirit gauge will turn red. At this time, you can press and hold the R2 button after the R2 button mortar to activate a soul destroying technique. Okay, so we finally understand what mortar means. Mortar is the technique that lets you do the Kikon move. The Kikon move actually is when you destroy the soul, but the technique itself that gets you there is called mortar. The timing is a little bit difficult to understand when you first start playing the game, but your chances when the spirit gauge turns red and the now or never display appears. By holding down the R2 button at this point, the Kikomi Watsa will be activated, the Kiko move. Let's also talk about Awakening, which we mentioned earlier, which powers up Kishon Tech. When a certain amount of fighting gauge is accumulated during battle, the character can be awakened. The word evolution will light up at the top of the screen, and you can activate it by pressing the R3 and L3 buttons at the same time. When a character awakens, the character's performance is greatly improved. For example, Ichigo Kurosaki's attack speed increases and the number of attacks increases. The situation in the battle also changes greatly, so don't miss the chance to awaken when you get one. Furthermore, some characters like Toshiro Hitsugaya have a big change in appearance. When he evolves, you'll see that he gets into his Bankai state. In addition, when awakened, the number of souls destroyed by Kikon moves increases by 1. Also, some characters such as Ukiyoda Schiffer can be awakened in 2 stages, and in this case, by reawakening to a second stage, the number of souls destroyed by Kikon moves increases even further. Versus mode, where characters from Bleach fight, make full use of their unique abilities such as distance and special moves. In this demo, you can choose from 7 characters: Ichigo Kurosaki, Rukia Kuchiki, Byakuya Kuchiki, Gin Ichimaru, Toshiro Hitsugaya, Yoroichi Shohoin, and Ukiyoda Schiffer. But in the final version, more characters will be available. At this time of writing, 21 characters have been revealed. New character information is released every month, so make sure you check that out too. And make sure you subscribe so that way you stay informed as I do a breakdown every Tuesday of their archetype. In this demo version, you can choose a CPU string from level 1 to 3, and in the final version, you can go even higher up to level 5. Even level 3 is more than strong enough for players who are just starting to play the game, so it can be enjoyed by a wide range of people, from those who want to play the game casually to those who want to play serious matches. The first thing I noticed when I started playing was the stylishness of the graphics, sound, camera work before the battle. The background music, which is fire, played during the game was created by Takahari Ishimoto, and this combined with the game's worldview draws you in instantly. During the demo, I first chose the protagonist Ichigo Kurosaki. I chose Byakuya Kuchiki as my opponent. I was also able to freely choose the stage. Ichigo, the first character I chose, is a close range type who is good at fighting by jumping into the opponent's arms. On the other hand, Byakuya Kuchiki is a mid-range type who fights while keeping a little distance from the opponent and is weak when he gets too close. In this way, each character has their own unique characteristics, and there is no one character that is extremely strong, so it felt like a well-balanced fighting game. Here. Pimps off. You're cooking. Man. Although it isn't included in the tutorial, you can also use what's called a reverse action by pressing the L2 button and the square button during the game. This has 3 effects depending on the timing, including push and forge, which allow you to get behind the opponent instantly. They must be talking about Ho-Ho or Flash Step in this moment. In the original work, Shunpo is a technique that Byakuya Kuchiki showed when the two first meet, and when it appears in the game, even I couldn't help but grin. On the other hand, Ichigo's awakening gives him a style that is much faster. He can fight while using many different moves, so it gives the impression that you can enjoy exhilarating and satisfying action. The biggest highlight of this work is without a doubt the flashy Kikon move. Although it was the opponent who got hit this time, the scene where Byakuya unleashes Senkei was so captivating that it felt like watching an anime. The buttons and command inputs for normal attacks are not difficult, so I was able to manage with some clunky operation. However, when playing against other players in versus mode, I had a hard time getting the hang of the timing of using the Kikomi moves. The timing of pressing the button was one thing, but the fact that you have to hold down the R2 button for a long time is also a big factor, as it's not something you see in many other games. However, as I played, I gradually got the hang of it, and I was able to aim for it when the spirit gauge turned red. I'm not particularly good at action or fighting games, but after playing for about an hour, I got used to it, and it seems like as you keep playing, you'll be able to enjoy the exhilarating experience of being able to quickly perform the actions you want. Although we were not able to try it out this time, in story mode, you can follow the flow of the story even if you have not read the Bleach manga or anime. Combined with the stylish production and attractive characters, it seems you can enjoy it even if you have not read the original Minjutsu. Of course, for fans of the original work, the fact that they can enjoy a fighting action game with high quality graphics is a big plus. The action, visuals, music, and production all have a Bleach feel to them, so I'm looking forward to the release. Baby, you and me both. Cause baby, now you feel like I'm both. Okay, I'm done. So, thank you, Osam. Mr. Osam, thank you so much. Mr. Osam was the one who was the writer of this. He is a freelance writer, and he got a chance to play the game. And so that was a pretty awesome review of the game. Basically, to recap, even if you've never watched Bleach, you can get into this. Even if you are not a good fighter, you can get into this. So even if you're not a gamer, if you're not hardcore, you're not a sweat, it doesn't matter. This game is for everybody. This game is for everybody. That's basically what they're telling you, is that you don't have to know Bleach. You just have to know it's a good game. It's well balanced. It's got some nice graphics. You can watch it and like it. Take my money now. This is your boy St. Irving. I will be breaking down any and all things Bleach Rebirth of Souls, so please feel free to subscribe. If you can't tell already, I'm dripped out. I'm going to be here for a while. So I will catch you on the next one. Peace.